What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 2024 Mercedes Benz EQE500 4MATIC Sedan. This is a fully electric car coming in at $106,000, finished in Graphite Grey Magno. This features a 90.6 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery pack, about a 260 mile range. Curb weight is also about 5,400 pounds. However, it makes 402 horsepower, 633 pound-feet of torque, and 0 to 60 is 4.5 seconds. Now, as far as what is underneath the actual hood, we just do that. You can pop open these. There is a little plastic trim piece you can remove and actually pull that. However, this is not something that the consumer is usually going to do. So there's no latch or anything, you just lift it up, and there's also no struts and no prop rod. So this is not something you're going to be opening. There's a huge air filter here, just a few fluids and things like that. If we take a look at the styling, in this color, this car looks way better. I think it actually makes the interesting curvatures kind of come to life, and it's pretty darn sporty. You have a nice set of Mercedes LED headlights, daytime running lights in them, pretty nice and sleek. And if you want Mercedes badge, you have them all here. You have your massive one right front and center with a forward camera, your secondary Mercedes logo up on the hood, and then a couple hundred all throughout the grille. It does give it a pretty sporty look, I think. There's also some gloss black trim for the trim on the side, and then chrome throughout the lower portion, an opening as well to provide some cooling, and we have forward parking sensors. Got some sharp lines throughout the hood as well, just to give it a more sporty and aggressive design. It does come together pretty nicely. And then at the side, we have a set of 21-inch multi-spoke wheels, nice polished lip with your Mercedes badge in the center, a few nice curves throughout the front fender, and a very sculpted side profile. You have some gloss black and chrome trim for the side skirt, and then your door handles have the chrome as well as the body color. I like how they pop in and out. We also have your body color mirror caps, turn signal and camera, EQE badge, and then the nice polished trim surrounding all the windows. Got some black as well for the pillars, glass panes up on top for the panoramic roofs, and then the side profile, pretty interesting. It's a big bubble, is very rounded. However, in this color, it really does give it a more sporty appearance, especially with the wheels. In back, we have the charge port as well. You can pop that open, and then you have your standard plugs as you'd expect. For the rear end, one massive LED taillight spans its way for the whole rear. Has a nice look to it, it fits the rear end very well. All of your badging, some gloss black trim, along with a little bit of chrome, and then all of your parking sensors, backup cameras underneath the logo, and then you press the top and your power trunk will open up. In here you can see with the seats folded down, you have a pretty good amount of storage. You just get a little bit of room under here for the tire changing kit, a little bit of storage on the left side. And then up here, this is how you would fold down the second row seats. You just press those buttons. And then of course we have a power trunk to go ahead and close. Going to the interior now, just doing that a little bit. We'll unlock it. We have the sable brown with Napa leather throughout the interior. So if we go ahead and take a look at these seats real quick, gives you a good amount of interior space. And then lifting that up, we can close that seat. On the door panel, you have this cool soft touch vinyl material with kind of typical vinyl on the inserts. Some nice silver trim throughout the door panel as well. And then I like all the diamond stitching on this Napa leather. Seats definitely look very nice. If we go ahead and hop inside, the seats themselves are a little on the interesting side. They sink very low right here to where you kind of fall to the back. So there's no choice but to sit straight up. You can't really slouch and get extra comfortable, I would say. So not the biggest fan of the rear seating. You do have an armrest, a phone or tablet holder, and then cup holders as well. Now for the interior, you have a screen right here for all the climate controls. Go ahead and turn the accessory power on. You can see the screen turning on now with your different zones, your temperature, fan speed, the vents themselves. There's also storage on the back side of these seats. And if I go ahead and close this door, you do have pretty good leg room, nice headroom overall. My only complaint is you really sink to the back of the seat and are very straight up. Wouldn't mind just slouching a little bit more to not be so straight up. So it's decent back here. You do have the two sunshades, and you can just swipe on your finger there, and all the roof panels are going to be opened up to give you all that extra lighting. So pretty cool interior for sure. Nice amenities to it. Then if we climb out, You really got to climb out of that seat because it's so deep. So moving on to the front seat now, similar door panel, all frameless, which gives it a cool look. You have all of your controls right here to control the seats. These are kind of pressure sensitive icons. They have a pretty easy operation to them. Heated and ventilated seating with memory seating, that same material, your grab handle with window controls and mirror controls. And then you can see the perforations for the front seats since they are ventilated. So nice interior, definitely very well appointed. If we hop inside now, with my foot on the brake, I'll go ahead and actually turn the on. So from here, generally it will automatically do all the seats just given the memory seating and all that. But we have a nice leather wrapped steering wheel, silver trim, controls right here for the front screen. You can easily go up and down and see all sorts of different icons. You're able to control this and go into a few different menus. So it's nice the customization you have. You can also go up and adjust your heads-up display. You can see cruise control settings, menu controls over here, which will also adjust the home screen on the side. So you can see all sorts of different icons. You can use the steering wheel to control that. We have the stalk on the right for your drive control. So doing that, we're now into reverse. You have all your cameras that are gonna pop up. Really nice HD graphics, super easy to use. Going into drive, and then tapping the button back into park. Charge signals on the left. We have headlights down here. A cool shape for these different air vents, heads-up display, and I really like this brownish material up on top. So the screens themselves, we have 17.7 inch and then two 12.3 inch screens. This is all one smooth piece though. It's curved, so it has a really unique design to it. Looks pretty neat on the interior. The main screen here is kind of what you would expect on any modern Mercedes. You have all sorts of different things for the controls, for the electrics. You can go into settings within the car as well. So kind of what you would expect on a Mercedes, media icons, smartphone integration. Down here are all the climate. You can do a climate menu to see a few of those that are gonna pop up. And you also have all of your shortcuts right here in easy reach. Now we have this cool wood material for the center. You can easily push this out of the way. You have wireless charging, cup holders, and a few plugs. Drive mode select is right here. When you toggle this, it'll go into all of your different drive modes. Gives you a cool look and a cool color. And then we have shortcuts to that EQ icon and then the car icon as well with some of the safety settings. Behind that, we can pop this open. There's storage in the center, storage down below, and then one look at these gorgeous seats. Now the screen over here, once you are sitting in it, it will turn on, but we can go ahead and pop that button and you have a nice sized glove box. And then as soon as I hop in and close the door, you can see that icon turn on. So from here, if we just press that, you have your basic Mercedes screen. So this is kind of what any normal Mercedes is gonna have on their infotainment screen. You can get through a few of those and then swipe left and right. You have all the same controls you're able to adjust, which is a really cool touch. More of the comfort settings within it, all of your massage seat. You can tap some of the few shortcuts as well and see a few more things. Volume you're able to adjust, climate controls, things like that. Now up here we have your dome lights, and then if you press this button, you can pop open the screen, pressing it again, and then just swiping your finger, all the sunshades are gonna go ahead and close. We also have a frameless mirror as well with garage door buttons, and overall a very nice interior. All right, so setting off now in the EQE. It's pretty quick. I mean, obviously it's a heavy vehicle, but it's got some good power, especially in the sport mode. Has a cool sound. It almost sounds like a V8 kind of electric type of noise, so kind of neat. So as far as some normal driving, let's tone it back down into just comfort mode, or eco mode, I guess they call it. Go into the understated gauge cluster. This is pretty nice. It is luxurious. It feels like a Mercedes. I mean, the seats are very comfortable up front. Nice use of materials. This car feels smaller. It actually feels a little bit more like it's kind of cradling you as a driver. It's really wrapped around. The dashboard is super unique how it kind of curves downward. So there's a lot of curves to the style of this. We have a curved dash, a curved screen. It's just kind of a very unique wraparound design to it, but I like it. It feels really comfortable in here. The seats with all their adjustments, I mean, the leg rests and everything. I mean, this genuinely is a nice car to drive in. It's insanely quiet, as you can tell. You don't hear anything. There's no road noise, there's no wind noise. In eco mode, that was full throttle and we hardly accelerated. Wow, that is, okay, if you really step on it at the bottom of the throttle, then the power comes. But that's kind of nice how in the eco mode it actually kind of limits the throttle pedal. You can't actually push all the way unless you kind of override it there. But pretty good visibility. The one drawback with visibility, this rear window is tiny. When you look back, I mean, it looks like it's 2 inches tall. So very small rear window, a little harder to see through the back. But overall, I mean, it's kind of an easy car to get used to. If we do go into normal mode or comfort mode, yeah, see, now it doesn't stop you from pressing the gas pedal. That's a neat touch. That's a good way to actually give you a more economical drive to where it's going to conserve the battery. Steering is fantastic. So this has the all-wheel steer. In the slow speeds, you can actually look out of your window and see the rear wheel turn the opposite direction. It pivots on a dime. It is so easy to drive this car, very maneuverable, so easy to park. Obviously the cameras do a great job. So I like that. It makes it just easy to drive. Mercedes technology, not probably for everyone. It is a lot of screen in here, and literally the physical design, this is one piece the entire way. If you were to ever get a scratch or damage it, this whole panel would have to get replaced, which would be kind of crazy, but it is neat to have the 3 different screens. And honestly, I like the Mercedes setup. It's actually not that hard to get used to. It looks amazing with that full screen nav, looks so cool. Of course, the gauge cluster. So it's nice. If you want a gorgeous interior, this really is a great place to be, and it's so comfortable to drive. And I think for 106 grand, that actually doesn't feel too expensive for what this car has to offer. It is fast, handles nice, it rides like you're on a cloud. I don't think there's really any complaints about it. The styling's a little weird, you know, not gonna be everyone's taste in the looks department. However, when you're driving it, as far as the front seats go, this is just a good place to be. Back seats could use some work, I would say. But overall, the EQE is something to look at if you're looking at a premium brand EV. This is very feature packed and material packed to be a very nice place to be.